Welcome, YouTube people. My name's Jess. I am the Lightheart Alchemist. We are all the same and constantly changing. I'm sure you've seen that somewhere, if you've been on my channel. We're all the same and constantly changing. No person is only one thing. And throughout life, we are many different things. Identity is weird. And one thing I've kind of always thought about, you know, I'm sure it's common for most people, is like, who am I? Historically, tuning into that question, I end up with like a mental list of different roles and stereotypes even, you know. I am a sister, I am a nerd, I am a stoner for a while. They all feel very surface level. Struggling with that question, I eventually kind of just gave up on trying to answer it. I was just like, you know, I am what I am, and I'm not gonna worry about labels. And then that eventually followed into like my gender and stuff. It was like, you know, growing up I was a tomboy, and I don't know, I was never a girly girl, so it was like, eventually I was just like, I'm gender fluid. And that made more sense, and it was a lot easier to just say that than to try and like nail down where on the spectrum of masculine and feminine I would lie. So yeah, that thought, gender as being fluid, you know, that's probably a personal idea of mine. I'm sure a lot of people subscribe to it, and then a lot of people really don't subscribe to that belief, gender being a spectrum. But just on top of that, the idea of identity being a fluid concept. You're not just one thing. It's kind of, it's hard to nail down. It's hard to describe what you are, who you are. These terms, you know, hippie, nerd, stoner, they can help describe a bit of what you are, but they are also restrictive in that, you know, if you say, oh, I'm a woman, then suddenly there is an expectation for you to act a certain way or present a certain way. And, you know, generally I just try and get away from the expectations of people. This idea of like archetypes, I'm not going to go into it too much, but I think it's important to identify what archetypes you identify with, to just have an awareness around those things. Don't put me in a box. Don't put yourself in a box. A lot of these archetypes, you know, can be perceived as noble, like the hero, the caregiver, but it's important to not insist that you maintain that role at all times. You gotta take that armor off. You know, if you think of like the Power Rangers, they're not Power Rangers all the time. Mostly they're just, you know, themselves being students and stuff. Putting on that armor of the archetype can be empowering and give you some sense of direction, but you can't live like that all the time. You gotta have space and time to be yourself, to relax, to not worry about what others think of you or how they perceive you. And we also need to give other people the opportunity to fill those roles in our life. You know, the hero also needs to be rescued sometimes. The caregiver needs to receive care sometimes. So, yeah. Don't put yourself in a box. And that, again, that's another reason why I really love the Enneagram. Is like, yes, you are your type, but we are all of the types. We just kind of zero in on one of them. I should do another Enneagram video. Let's see here. I think that's about it. Who am I? The age-old question for all of us on this earth, if we're, philosophical or whatever. But try not to stress about it too much. Just kind of let yourself be yourself, Identify what your morals and your values are and try to live according to those as much as you can. And, you can put some archetypes on sometimes, depending on the situation, what you're doing, but remember to take that off. You don't always have to be the hero. Sometimes you are allowed to be rescued and stuff like that. So I feel my videos getting a bit more philosophical going forward. I hope that's okay. I mean, it's gotta be okay. It's how it's gonna be. So anyway, I'm gonna leave that there. I hope this helps. You guys have a good day. Be good and be good at it, and I will see you for the next one.